raindrops are falling on my head. And just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. So
right, so we're back on it. Chasing them Wraysbury originals. Just after the last vlog we did, I managed, the morning after that I managed not Mike's Pet, and set a new PB for myself, £40 12 ounce. And then after that I've picked one or two off from different locations down the bottom area, and then we've moved into kind of a different kind of era of the lake that they've been spawning. So last week's session got cut short because of that. Yeah, and it's been really going at it, so they decided to shut one off the lake completely and let them get on with it. So it's now June the 10th, so they're about to reopen the lake and hopefully it should all get going again. Yeah, so the last few days we've been restricted to one little bay, or two bays on the lake, just because of the spawn. I said I haven't really got anywhere else to go, all the other tickets have ran out, so I'm stuck here. So I've stuck it out, and said some nights I haven't fished, I've just come down and slept on the lake and watched out, seen what they were doing, try and build a picture up for when they reopen it. But yeah, so last night I come down after work, Sunday, managed to tension a little carp, probably the smallest carp in the lake to be fair. I didn't bother any pictures or anything like that. I just let them go. But yeah, I'm on a new spot now. The only spots really that can fish. The wind's blowing in against me. Got the wind pelting, the rain pelting down. The rain hasn't stopped all day. It's been raining since about 4 in the morning, so which is good, you know. Get the fish down on the feed, get some oxygen in the water, hopefully cool the water and get them on the feed again. But yeah, so we're looking for the second original now. Yeah, we are 9 fish in, 9 carp in, 1 original. Yeah, we're still going. So yeah, hopefully we can get another decent one out soon, and I'm hopefully going to get some camera footage of the next one. On the rod actually, I'm going to be setting the camera up each night just next to the rods, and if it goes off, hopefully I'll get some nice footage of one of them coming in. But yeah, right, still searching then. Right, back again. So back in session now. We're on another big one, so don't have to worry about packing up for work anymore. Got down yesterday and straight into the fish really. I've been coming down more or less every day after work, in between shifts and that, and just keeping an eye on the lake, keeping an eye on where the fish are going. And I'd been watching a few in a little bay down here the last few days, so I've come down, put the rigs in and tight little spots in between the weed, and off again. So landed 4 fish so far. It's quieted down a little bit now, so I think I've pushed out. So landed 4, but unfortunately lost 4 as well. So it's a bit of a bad bite to land and ratio. But the weed is up and it's up massively, so it's just trying to figure out ways to fish the weed properly and get the rigs presented. So I've just got a few little tools here that I've been using the last few weeks, just to try and keep the weed at bay, keep the spots nice and clear and glowing almost. So I'm just going to show you simple stuff, just like leads, and then once you've found your nice little clear spot, you can go to a little grip of lead, have a little bit more of a feel, and once you're finally happy that you've got your spot, whether it's on a route or in a holding area where they go, you've got to kind of choose quite carefully, and you can rake them out then. So it's a matter of just casting the rake in, clearing all the weeds out. It takes a couple of hours depending on how bad the weed is. Get it nice and flat, and then once you're finished with that, you step back down to that, and then finally you step back down to the lead just to make sure. But if you're selecting the spots is kind of key really, so location as to where they go. There's I've got an island over on the right hand side, and a lot of open water way off to the right with a bay down the corner. So the way I see it, it's there's like little motorways that they kind of use to go from the islands and the outer bounds and in and out, and pretty, like similar to the beginning of the kind of campaign, if you will. One of the other swims was right on a route that I just raked and ended up producing fish really. So the kind of thinking paid off, and it has again. So normally once it's raked out, I normally put the bait in then, and you know, kind of rake and bait and wait type thing. So yeah, but yeah, 4 fish in so far. We've actually got 5 more days left, so it could be quite interesting this session. Some beauties as well. I had a 28 pounder earlier on. What was interesting is I've changed the tactics slightly. Instead of the normal Ronnies that I normally go for, because these spots are gleaming clear and I know they're clear now, I've actually swapped round to little snowmen now. So I'm on little bottom baits, and in discussion with a friend of mine, we discussed about how to target kind of the bigger fish. And as crazy as it sounds, one of the things that we suggested was using bottom baits, like pure bottom baits, as opposed to the popped up Ronnie. So last night, changed up, went on a bottom bait snowman. I've nicked a few on the bottom baits throughout the, you know, couple of weeks, but I think I am gonna primarily aim to go on them now. So it's just a little fish mix boilie that I've tweaked a little bit and played around with just to get it nice and flavoured up, and then just topped with a little deception pop-up. Chopped it down, the pop-up slightly, so it just kind of sinks very slowly and nicely between the weed, if there's anything left, and it just sits nicely on the bed really, and then bait over the top. But last night I did exactly that, and bite on the middle rod. That was the one that went off, that's the one I'm talking about. So yeah, ate into a fish and it just went off like a steam train. They all seem to go off like a steam train, but after like 10 minutes they kind of tired out, and that's how you know it's one of the stockies as such. But this one, it didn't stop. I got her in about 30 yards in. Bear in mind I'm only fishing like 20-30 wraps out. I got him right in, and then he just kicked and went darting out. He must have took about 40 yards of line, and rods, and it didn't stop. Bear in mind at this point it had been in a few weed beds as well, and I'd holded onto it and had the rod up and stuck it in the bivvy, and it come out of all the weed beds. But then when it done this final dart, it popped off. But I'm pretty sure that was one of the target fish. So that's going to leave a little scar. We're going to get a little bit of revenge on that. Just plain. But yeah, you can't tell. So they boil up, you know, the reel do boil up, the water just boils, and the way they boil, you know, there's just no stopping them sometimes. And so that is, you know, if I was a gambling man, that would have been one of the originals, definitely. But unfortunately we lost it. But what I took from it was quite interesting, the fact that I'm going to be using bottom baits now. unless I'm fishing real far out, bit of range, and when you go over like 60 yards, it's a bit difficult to start using the rake then, you know. So you can't be 100% sure on the bottom, so it's only these little close in spots that I'm going to be using the bottom baits on, and the big range swims, the big middle open water swims, they're all going to be sticking to the runnies, unless I find a gravel spot, I'm sure. But I'm going to swap it all around now, start using bottom baits and see where this takes us. And yeah, so 5 days, so there's no reason why we can't get it into any more fish. We've got a wind change tomorrow, so we're getting a northwesterly, which I'm actually going to jump on. So I'm going to be going over into one of the other bays, which the northwesterly is going to push into, and hopefully going to meet the fish there, because it's starting to change now. And as I said, the fish have actually started pushing out. I've seen them topping a little bit further out now, so I'm going to follow the wind and I'm going to jump down here. So I'm going to give it one more night, just because I know there's 1 or 2 still in this snag, and then I'm going to nip off. So I might go tomorrow, depending on what I see in the next couple of hours and what happens tonight, but more than likely I'll go tomorrow. I might not go straight down there, I might stop somewhere else along the way. Wherever I find them, I'll be stopping, but I will be meeting them up there on Thursday at least, which is a few days away, for them few days of wind pushing in, and get some more bait out. There's a few nice spots there that I was playing around with the other week. So yeah, no originals, just a nice 28 pounder and a load more stockies, but it's putting the tally up quite a lot. So I am getting amongst the stockies now. It's time to start changing up and targeting the target fish. The numbers. Yeah, the numbers game that I've been playing could prove quite difficult. So I need to start targeting them out and actively searching for these fish in the snags and that, and fishing for the bigger fish. So that's going to be the next kind of tactic. Bottom baits, finding the bigger fish and trying to, as good as they are, leaving the stockies behind. That's the plan. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. Only you can see the destruction this one caused. All 3 rods completely wiped out. Brilliant. Let's see if we can get it up. Might actually pop the scales on this one as well. Let's see if she's gonna behave. Oh yeah. There it is, look at that. Absolute cracker. Still full of life as well, for all that. It is, look at that. Massive pectoral fins in there.